All right, so I am live here, and we'll see how this one goes, because I'm not feeling the best. But I decided, I promise you guys I'd make a video. I promise I'd make it in this room. So here you go. Promise kept. I am here tonight to do a pretty free flow video. We're going to talk about MVD Rewind's recent announcement. We're going to talk about a bit about Friday 13th. I did not give you my listing last night when I said I was going to. In case you're wondering, tonight it is actually not tea. Tonight I'm drinking Fry's cocoa because I'm sick. And when I'm sick, I go back to the things that I had when I was younger, when I was a kid. And that was Fry's cocoa. That was one of the things that you have. So if this looks unfamiliar to you, or if this is the first time you're seeing this, I got some extra boxes and stuff here, but I will try to show you a bit more of this room a little bit later on. This is the what we call the secret room here. If you're new, this is where I have a lot of my my television shows, my memorabilia, kind of cool stuff like that. But my better half had some did a closet cleaning out thing recently, and so for now, until we can actually get it brought to charity. Hey, Javid, what we're doing is we're storing it down here, because she's going to bring it back. I think she's going to bring something back to Morocco for the for people there, people that need it. So I guess we'll start off tonight with the MVD Rewind's surprise announcement, and I think it was one that surprised a lot of people. When we think of like announcements for movies that haven't been coming out in a while. Yo, Michelle, have you got any of this stuff, Ryan? As if I want to watch it on TV. No, I do not watch myself on TV. All right, so MVD Rewind made a big announcement, and it's a movie that I actually am real excited about. It's one that has never been on DVD, at least not in North America. It has not been on Blu-ray. Obviously, it hasn't been on DVD. I need one slip, actually. Shivers. I love Shivers. Did you like Shivers, Javid? But MVD Rewind yesterday announced that they are putting out Mikey. And if you're not familiar with Mikey, its tagline used to be, I think it was, Jason and Freddy were kids once too. And Mikey was a movie that came out in the 90s. I like Rabbit more. A lot of people. I like Shivers. Shivers is my personal favorite, but I love Rabbit too. So, Mikey was a movie that came out in the 90s, and it was one of the Killer Kids movies. Oh, no, Mikey has been announced, actually, and ready. Are you a fan of Mikey? Now, there's a lot of kids movies, like Killer Kids movies that came out around the time. Like, there was The Good Son and stuff like that, but Mikey's way better, and it dives right into it. Now, for those, I guess, older or TV shows, Brian Bonzel, who was on Family Ties, plays the role of Mikey, plays the kid Mikey, and he is a psychotic little guy. There's a lot of people in this one. Ashley Lawrence plays his teacher, I think, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen the film. I used to rent on VHS all the time. And who else was in it? There's another girl in it too, like another kind of fairly big actress. Yeah, this one's been out of print for a while. And for horror fans, this is the... I know they put out movies like Return to Swamp Thing, and they put out Attack the Killer Tomatoes, but and Abominable. But this is the biggest horror release, in my opinion, that MVD Rewind has done, and I'm hoping, because I do think that people like really don't notice their stuff enough. This is going to bring more eyes to MVD Rewind's label. Is it coming in 4K? I don't actually, that I might get, because I don't have that in 4K. Actually, I don't have that at all, actually. And I really did like that movie. I saw it in theater. So is anybody here besides me excited about Mikey? Actually, does anybody remember the film? Michelle, have you seen Mikey? Because trust me, once you see the trailer, like check out the trailer. I actually, that's what I'm going to do afterwards. I should have watched it before I came on here. Check out the trailer for Mikey. Oh, are you serious? Oh, this is like the best of the Killer Kid movies. It is awesome. I mean, you got this guy here, and he was like the younger kid. If you ever saw Family Ties, you're kind of young, Michelle. You too, Javid. So I'm guessing you probably didn't. But hey, Trini, Mikey's coming out. Isn't it on Blu-ray? You know, see, this is where I feel old. But yeah, I used to rent this one all the time on VHS back in the day, and it was like there's a lot of kids movies. You're a lot younger than me. There's a lot of kids movies, killer kid movies, but this is prime one. This one leans into it. Where some of them they'll go back and oh look, they won't really go into the fact that that the kid kills, or they'll kind of like allude to it. No alluding to this one. Mikey kills, and he enjoys it. He uses I think he electrocutes somebody at one point. He tries to shoot somebody with a bow and arrow. That I remember. Yeah, like he tries to rack up the body count. Mikey's one of those guys. There's a sequence where because they're always like it's fun. It's fun. I don't think I don't take it as mean spirited film. It's super fun. Like the kid is mean, right? Like, obviously the kid he's an evil kid. Like there's it's not like, oh, is this a misunderstood kid? Like they're always basically saying Mikey, this isn't a game. Or Mikey, that's not a toy. And he'll have an axe or a bat or something in his hand. And he'll like, I know. And the kid's good. Think of it like Dennis the Menace if he killed Mr. Wilson and Mrs. Wilson and stuff like that. Because it's one of those where they adopt this kid gets put into a home. I think it's a foster home or adopted, something like that. And there's been let's just say he hasn't been able to stay at home before, and they don't know why at first, but they find out after a while. Hey, Andy. It's his teacher, played by Ashley Lawrence, I think, that really starts to get suspicious of Mikey. And Mikey actually has I love Who Can Kill a Child, but that's a different type of thing. This is like that's multiple kids. You can put that one up against The Brood or something like that, but Mikey's just one kid. Uh, and and it is a fun film. It's like a really fun film. Yeah, because like it's the thing is that with Mikey, he's like I think he's like, what, 10 or 11 years old or something like that, and but he has like a crush on this like older teenage girl in the movie, and she's actually played by someone. I got to check it out because there's actually a decent cast in this film. So there's like a scene where he's like using a video camera. I remember it's pretty good actually. There's a scene where he's using a video camera to actually like spy on her when she's getting undressed. I am not joking. This is Mikey. Let's see if I can find it here. Come on, Mikey. I got to go a long ways. Magic Mike. No, Mike and Molly. No, no, none of that stuff. So let's Google it because IMDb is going to make it a bitch to find. MVDs are very cheap actually to get. Usually anyway. I find MVDs very, very inexpensive. They're the least expensive out of the ones. Like they're not like a Vestron or anything like that. It was actually Ken. I think you're exactly right. I think because it is Brian Bonzel. The last kid brought into Family Ties, and he was and the kid was good. I mean, like I'm not sure what happened to him. Did he keep? I'm not sure if he kept acting or anything like that. He might have kept acting. I don't keep up on that stuff. But yeah, it was done back in 1992. Gets a decent review. 5.7 on IMDb, 77% liked. So yeah, Josie Bissett is on is a young girl in Mikey. So you got like Brian Bunzel, Josie Bissett, Ashley Lawrence, John Deal is in it as well. Vestron is so freaking expensive, man. It's insane. They've only had one sale since I've seen Vestron. One sale on Amazon, and it was like 3 years ago on my birthday. Yeah, it's definitely a cool one. Definitely check it out, guys. Check the trailer for it later on. I think you guys will be interested in it. Yeah, they do have some nice sales actually. Did he really? Do you know I did not put that together, and I watched that show. No, actually, I think there's stuff after that. The last one that I picked up was, but I'm not sure. I got Showdown, and then there was I got not Double Dragon. What's it called? With the twins, the Double Impact. Was that the last one they put out? Double Impact. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Do I think that that's that's expensive? I don't think it's expensive. I think for me, like I'm a person that would probably be, it would be going towards like somebody that's into 4K, but Ryan's right. They put a lot of work into it, and I understand it. Uh, no, I haven't seen that yet. Actually, I got to see that. I love Sandy Thompson. She did like a few other movies actually, aside from that as well. I think it was a couple like kind of sexploitation films back in the '70s. Sandy, but but no, I think it's fairly priced. It's just that I've already got it, and I and the Blu-ray release is a really exact is a really good addition. I can't see myself upgrading. Hey, Cinema Dave, thanks for the tweet out by the way. 60. That does seem a bit pricey. Like I know it's a 4K. Uh, is that a steelbook like that? I could see maybe if it's a steelbook. But yeah, as far as like as things go, Vestron is the company that I find them to be the priciest up with Criterion. But Criterion's really more expensive here because of the fact that I didn't see it. Is that a new one? Because if that's a new one, I have not I've missed that. Yeah, I'm talking about Mikey. Do you know Mikey? Tell me you know Mikey. Because apparently nobody here knows Mikey except for me. So it'd be nice to have somebody that actually is excited about this film. I think everybody's gonna be excited about this film once you watch the trailer and see who's in it and exactly what's done with the film. Because it is going to be a really cool. It's too bad it's not Halloween release. I would love to be reviewing Mikey for Halloween, but I won't be. Obviously, I'm going to be doing it here. So, has everybody seen this room before? Like that's here. I'm pretty sure you have, right? Warlock, you heard of Mikey. It's a fun one. Um, no, I did not. Who else knows it? Yeah. So yeah, I was stoked. I mean, like, I was surprised more people weren't talking about it because it is one of those movies that never came out on DVD. It never came out on Blu-ray ever. You just been waiting for it. Killer Kid double feature this October. Huh. Well, Mikey's not out yet. Do you have The Good Son? The Good Son's like a decent choice. There's an Omen box coming out too. I'm not sure if you're getting that or not though. Because you could do the first Omen. Bloody Birthday, yes, even better. Bloody Birthday for sure, if you got it. Like that's a great release. I got the 80 films edition of that one. So I would go with Bloody Birthday, and I would go with I could say the Omen, but the Orphan. That's not Friday 13th the Orphan. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Good Son. That's my recommendation. Which Bloody Birthday release is the best? I think if they're pretty like even keeled. The children. Michelle's got some good ideas. Yeah, it's Vinegar Syndrome too. Ooh, Village of the Dam. We're cutting into some old one or new one. Black Robin. I'm guessing old one. Uh, but yeah, you got some good choices there. Right. Joshua. Is that the one? I want to make sure I got this one right, Lewis. Is that the one with the big guy? The big guy with the bald head. Is that movie, or is that a different one? Because when I was in Montreal, actually they were promoting that movie because I got to see the actress from it because I got a poster here somewhere. True Romance is gonna be good. I love that film anyway. But I'm not sure because the one I think about with Joshua is like the big guy, the big hulking guy. Otis. Did I mix those up? I probably did. You know, I probably did. Why am I whispering? Sam Rockwell and Vera Farmiga. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that movie. Hey, 30 Wolfman, welcome, dude. I am in this area. So, for those that don't know, this has all my TV stuff, all my masks and VHS and laser discs, and some of my games and my my Funko figures, that type of stuff. Hey, Tanush, welcome, man. I always think of Grease 2 when I read your name. And I'm not even sure if you're a fan, but I'm a fan of Grease 2. Me and Drew Barrymore, huge Grease 2 fans. Oh, I love Young Indiana Jones. The very first thing that I bought at Best Buy when it opened up here. Oh, really? That's the name of the character in Grease 2. Is actually Danush. Danush, he calls him. Scooby Doo van. Oh, you can see that from here. Because I can't tell. You can see. I don't think so. I've only seen that DVD. It may have a Blu-ray release, but I haven't seen it. It probably does actually, because it is more, I guess, more mainstream. What is that one with the kid that looks like a doll? Did they see the movie Grease 2? I'm trying to remember. Got it. You can see most of it. Yeah, there's this section here is like a lot of my my Guitar Hero stuff is over there from my PS2. The Boy, that's the one. You know, I haven't seen that. Like, I've seen the cover to it, and I keep meaning to see it, but I've never actually watched it. Like, if you want to know a mainstream movie that I haven't seen, that I haven't gotten around to yet, The Boy is one of those. I'm trying to catch up some stuff recently, actually. Is it fun? I like those cheesy ones. If it's cheesy and fun, I'll like it. I find lately, when the movies take themselves like too seriously, I'm like, because I'm in the mood for kind of fun stuff. I want to light, like, I'm getting ready to go back to work in 9 days, providing the place is still there. So it's going to be, I'm just trying to be like chill and relax when it comes to like the stuff that I watch. I'm missing so much your comments tonight. Whoa. There are 2 moves to title The Boy. The one I remember is the one, like, have I picked up any Scream Hammers? Not yet, I haven't actually. I have been picking up a lot of the, obviously the indicator sets. So, and I got some hammer already, so I'll be getting some afterwards. Yeah, that's a good thing. That means there's people there. It was the nuttiest time was when we did the announcement for Vinegar Syndrome. That was, I had, I think, around 55 or so people in at one point, and that was awesome. See the boy from Scream Factory, much better. Does he look like? The one I really like, and here's kind of a Killer Kid movie, and it's not newer. It was a few years old now. There was it's called The Orphan, which everybody I'm seeing, but it's not. It's kind of a Killer Kid movie. If you've ever seen it, you know what I mean. Joe Spinell, man, was one of those character actors who's in everything. He worked with, Martin Scorsese and guys like that. He was in The Godfather, of course. He was in Rocky. No, I don't think so. I thought Prey came out. I think I heard some people got the Prey. Oh, Mikey, 13 Wolfman. Mikey is coming out for the first time. We're getting a Blu-ray of Mikey. You're closer to my age. Hopefully you know this one. September 24th for the Prey. Yeah, Sleepaway Camp's Killer Kids too. I never thought of a Killer Kids night. Oh, there's a thought. Are you getting Mikey 13 Wolfman? I want to know. But yeah, most of my laser discs are right there. Hey, Hammers, and my VHS, which has everything from, like, I've got a weird eclectic version of VHS. What's a period? Usually, a lot of them that I've seen have been like 22 to 24. And that's Canadian dollars, so it's cheap for you, man. Hey, Danny. No, that one's not on pre-order yet, I don't think. I don't think that one's at pre-order yet. The last pre-order for MVD that I saw was Boogie Boy, and I think it went at around 20. And I think it's now around 22 or 24. Let me just hit MVD Rewind here in Canada, and I'll give you like some price ideas. So right now, the Canadian edition of the Return the Swamp Thing runs at $17.46. Oh yeah, what was the remake called? Abdominal runs 23, Double Dragon is 19, Black Eagle is 22, Lionheart is $18. Wait, whoa, Lionheart is $18? I don't have Lionheart. Wait a minute, this is Amazon.com. You son of a... So that's what you're on Amazon.com. I don't know why, but whenever... Come out and play. I'll say something new right away. I was so excited because I like Lionheart and I don't own it. And it's way more expensive here in Canada. That's like the only expensive MVD rewind. It's like 40 bucks. The other ones are like $22. But yeah, when you pre-order them, Vinny, they're usually pretty cheap. You know, a lot of movies are usually pretty cheap when you pre-order them. But these especially, they're not like they're not in the Vestron line. That's the same film actually. Lionheart is absolutely well. Tis the same film. Over in the UK, that's what it was called. Over here, it's called Lionheart. If you buy I think 101 Films put it out in the UK. I'm actually pretty sure they did. And that's what it's called over there on the 101 Films release. Actually, I had some of my steps today because I actually had to go out. I was actually going to make this video earlier, guys. But my better half decided she wanted to go out and get some like groceries because she wanted to cook some stuff. Actually do some baking. You know what? I haven't seen Paganini. I don't think I have anyway. I looked at it, and I looked at the case, and I tried to like run it through my head if I'd seen it under another name or something like that. But to be honest with you, it doesn't ring any bells. Like the case is friggin' gorgeous, like completely. Hey Jose, welcome. It is actually pretty free for all tonight. We're apparently talking about killer kid films, and going from there. Really? Which one? Hey, there's Cinematech. I'm kind of curious now. Which one? Alice with Alice. There's another one. That's kind of a killer kid film. Kind of. I did say that when I came in here, whenever I came in here, said in a whispering voice, that I was going to show you the SCTV. So this is SCTV. This is the show that I'm talking about in my video for the last couple of days. Sliders. Oh, it's Mikey. Jose, they announced that Mikey is finally coming out. The Killer Kid movie Mikey with Brian Bunzel and Ashley Lawrence is coming out on Blu-ray. And I'm actually really excited because it's one that I used to really like. And I'm not sure why that one hasn't been out, but it's one of the ones that Scream Factory should have got, that Arrow Video should have thought about. It was perfect for all of them. Vinegar Syndrome would have been perfect for Vinegar Syndrome. But they missed out this time, and MVD got it. And I think this is going to be a fun one for a lot of people. I really do. And I do recommend Mikey. I'd recommend you guys check it out. But this one that I got here, and there's a specific reason I got this one. This is the cast of SCTV. They're very young. They're Catherine O'Hara, of course. Schitt's Creek. I'm not sure that's actually the name of the show. There's Joe Flaherty. So that's Eugene Levy. Is that Dave Thomas? Yeah, John Candy. The whole cast is there. But it has the episode here. Does it have it here? Don't. Damn, I don't have that one. I used to have two of these. And the one that I really wanted isn't here. Like this got Moral Majority and Pledge Week and the Great White North episode. But there's one that has like which is like an alien invasion one, where all the, because SCTV is a fictional television station, Second City Television was what the series is based on, and skits based on like shows that come on SCTV, and it goes with behind the scenes and characters and stuff like that. So think about it kind of like Saturday Night Live meets 30 Rock sort of thing. I get it, you can kind of Killer Kid. But there's a really really good episode where they're all being like almost like an invasion of the body snatcher thing, and you can tell when they're turned because there's like this kind of like this cabbage like leaf like behind their head. It's something taken from, because like the people that did SCTV were huge like hardcore science fiction fans, like the old stuff. They took like stuff from Zontar. Oh, really? So he was like, can't fly. There's a lot of people that never saw SCTV and only found out about can't fly it from like the later Ed Grimley cartoon show that came out back in the day. Possum. No, actually, I haven't seen it. I don't know what Possum is actually. What happened to Baby Ed? I remember that. In some ways, in Home Alone, he's more psychotic than he is in The Good Son. Just putting that out there. But yeah, so we're here in this room. You guys are like, well, I can't say you're super quiet. You guys are going really fast, which I like. But I don't have a topic tonight, not like I normally do. Lake Eden, yeah, there's a brutal one. If you want to get depressed, Vinny, if you want to get like super depressed, if you're thinking, I'm not, you know what, I'm in too good of a mood tonight. I want to really bring myself down. Pieces will count, yeah. Then you can watch Lake Eden, because I can honestly say that'll depress you. Favorite werewolf movie? Oh God, man, that's hard. I like The Wolfman. I love the Curse the Werewolf by Paul Naschy. That's really good. Werewolf on Wheels. I love Paul Naschy. Comes from my dad, right? But I would say, yeah, I'm gonna go with Curse of the Werewolf. I actually just really like that one. Or Curse the Devil, I think it's called. Curse the Devil, which is a werewolf film. It's not about the devil at all. It's actually about Paul Naschy turned into a werewolf. There's a character that he plays like a werewolf character that kind of carries over to like a lot of different films. And pick the Omen film collection. All of them. Yeah, it did actually. It came out on Blu-ray here on Tuesday. It was like $24, I think, something like that. 4 films. You can even see, for me, and it's probably when I saw it. They're kind of on sale. Like, isn't that like 15%? Like, that's not a sale. 15% is not a sale. But when I saw Omen 2, I was the same age of the character, Damien, in the film. And I was going through a hard time in school. And I like I mentioned here before, I traveled a lot. So I went to a lot of different schools. And I was getting picked on a bit. And I actually felt, there's a sequence in Omen, too, in second Omen, Damien, where there's this, like, because he's there with his kind of his brother, like a kind of, I guess, adopted brother. He's adopted, so he's kind of like a brother to him. So there's a scene where there's this bully. and he does this thing where he goes up to him, and he mentions like stamp collecting, right? And he just like puts his like foot right down on him. This is before he realizes that he's that he's Satan's son type of thing. And I've always like really had this like real big like I really have reverence for the film. There's a fantastic. It's a fantastic film, and because it's the only film in the whole series where he's not completely evil. It's the only film where you got him like, and he's struggling with which way he's going to go. Like by the time he's Sam Neill in part three, you know, he's the building blocks for what's going to happen are there. He's pretty evil. Sam Neill plays evil pretty well. In the first one, he's an evil kid. But only in the second one is there kind of this kind of pull and tug between good and evil and the duality of human nature. That's the way I took Coleman too, anyway. But I'm weird like that. Yeah, I'm a huge. Yeah, I did. I'm a huge Only Fools and Horses fans, guys. So if you've ever seen the show, if you haven't seen the show, actually, it's really good. Though I gotta say, as I love the show, but you do have to know a bit about the '80s and the politics and stuff going on to understand some of it. You haven't seen them since. I want to get the like. I'm tempted. I'd be tempted on the Blu-ray set. I know the one that the Cinema Dave's talking about, but I'm kind of waiting because I do want that Screen Factory set because now, yes, Omen 4 is a made-for-TV movie, and it's pretty trashy. Oh, that's cool. See that you got to put that on like on one of your on your Twitter sometime. Do you do Instagram? I don't think you do Instagram. I don't think I've got you on Instagram. I've got you on Twitter. I don't have an Instagram. I'm an Instagram guy. Though I don't like Instagram enough anymore. I do like little videos on Instagram. That's about it. I missed something here about like the. I watched the trailers for all the Amityville films in the Vincent set, and I know I might be picking up. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Hey, Brian. I'm actually very excited about the Curse collection, and I thought I remembered a bit of it, and then I went and I looked at the trailers and stuff like that afterwards, and I watched the Linkara things as well, and it kind of brought it back to me, like it refreshed my memory. So yes, there is so much cheese in those Amityville films that I'm so excited to review those films. Like you have no idea, because not just are there cheesy films, like there's big actors that show up randomly in some of these films, like actors you wouldn't think would be in an Amityville film. And they're the good ones. I mean, then Amityville remake came up, and then it went to crap. Then the Amityville series went to crap, and they made like a ton of them. No, no. See, Javid, if you want the original Amityville films, the first three, the theater three, hey there, you would that's the Scream Factory put out those three. So one, two, and three is put up by Scream Factory. It's actually fairly inexpensive to buy it. Oh, sure. My Instagram is charm007. And the perfect. Did I forget what I was going to say again? Did I do that? Oh, anyway. So yeah, the first three. No, actually, I like number two. I do like the originals. Number two is okay. Here's a sneak preview. Well, number one's okay. It's a good film. Number two, I love number two. I like the way that's done, but there's problems. Number three is the roughest watch. If you got a 3D TV, watch it in 3D. It's 3D. That'll make it a bit easier. They lean heavy on the 3D for Amityville 3 and light on the plot. Though you get like Meg Ryan in it, and I think Lori Loughlin's in that one as well. A few actors. But when you get past that, when you get to the cursed ones, then they're not taking themselves as seriously. Then they're fun. I mean, like they're cursed. It's cursed items. It's items from the Anvil house that are cursed. It's a cursed mirror that brings somebody into like an alternate, like kind of like a parallel place. It's a lamp. There's a clock that messes with time and kills people. There's a dollhouse that brings a zombie dad back to life and has him terrorize a family. It's cheese, like in all the good ways. The original Amityville films, they can be a bit long. Run a couple hours type thing, and there can be dry spot spells in between them. Like even the best one, there are some dry spells. The Amityville Curse ones, they're the first one's made for TV. The next three are like direct to DVD. Films like that are usually made for like a mass audience. It's done to they hit the beats. Don't overstay your welcome. Be a fun film, and Amityville Curse Collection works that way. Hopefully that helps. So you can only get one of them, right? It's Alive trilogy, Wreck collection, or Critters trilogy. I saw your start fine there. So, are you looking for features, or are you looking for just totally the films? Because here's the thing, and oh, by the way, there's more features on that. Because so Wreck has a lot of features, but so does Critters. Critters has an hour-long making up for the first one, and have a. You guys are like going against me here. Wreck. I don't have Wreck yet. Everybody's saying Wreck. See, that's okay. Everybody would go apparently Wreck. I haven't got Wreck yet. I'd love the Critter set, cause like I said, it ain't easy being cheesy, but I try. But yeah, the Rex has a ton of features. Oscar reference. I don't know really. Would that be probably one of the Amityville films? Because some of the actors there are fairly big. I know Patty Duke was in it. There was. Did she ever win an Oscar? The guy who played Locke in Lost, Terry Quinn, is in one of those films. God, there's like a ton of people show him though. Stephen Mack. I know he's not a big actor, but Stephen Mack is in those films. He's really good too. Oh, I've seen the Wreck films. I've seen all the Wreck films. No, don't get me wrong. I just haven't bought the box set yet. No, I love the films, but it's got a ton of features on it too. Wreck was, without saying too much, what the hell were they thinking with the cover of Wreck? Not Wreck, with the cover of the sequel to Wreck, Quarantine. What were they thinking by saying, you know what? Do you know what's a good idea? Let's make the cover poster of this movie the end. Let's make it the end. It's a now don't rule out the other two, even if you're not going to pick them up right now as well. The Critters ones are really fun. 1 and 2 especially, they're the strongest ones. It's Alive is Larry Cohen, and it has the least amount of features on there. But the It's Alive trilogy is a solid trilogy. In my not so humble opinion, It's Alive trilogy is a solid trilogy. As you can see, guys, I'm wearing all hoodies nowadays because I'm in the basement and it's freaking cold. I almost wore my coat today, but I said, no, shag it. I don't need to look like I'm going to do a run-in on the AW show tonight. I would never hate on the cheese. Who hated on the cheesiness of Critters? I love Critters. See, I was literally like I had that same dilemma that you had. I had Wreck in my hand, and I had the Critters box set in my hand. Before Christmas, I was looking at them, and I was like, I would really like to have one of these. And my better half looked at me and said, so which one do you really want? Which one are you gonna like really enjoy, and you want to watch all of them, that type of thing? And I picked Critters. Jose's right. Get Wreck, save up for Critters. They're both great sets. And their features are incredible. They did a really great job. Screen Factory did great jobs on the transfers, on the features. Have fun with Wreck. The wedding one's a little weird, but I enjoyed it. Some people didn't. With the Wreck ones. Because it goes in a different direction than the Wreck series goes originally. There. Does anybody else but me like the Wedding Wreck film? Because it got a lot of hate when it came out, like a serious amount. What's my favorite Amityville film? Probably Dollhouse, actually. If I had to go, if like thinking back, probably Dollhouse. But it's been a while since I've seen them. Did I see the Critters TV series? No, I prefer to see Critters. I tried watching it, but it's actually pretty. It was meant to. It was meant to be like a web series. So the problem with it is that it's not the greatest, and it's done in very like it's 8 minute episodes type of thing. The flying home sets are going to be incredible. Good. I like that somebody liked Wreck 3 because I liked it. I thought it was a fun film. I thought they did something different, and I liked the fact that they were going in a different way with it. Like they still, you still got the brutality and all that stuff there. You know what's not the best when it gets really cold? Cocoa. Cocoa's not the best when it gets really cold. You're a gorehound, Michelle. You're a gorehound. You like the blood. I like the cheese. I don't mind the blood, but I like the cheese too. That's, I guess, you like. Oh, you like the blood. I'm guessing you're getting on Mass 25 then, right? Because you want the gore. No, because it's cocoa then. Say like chocolate milk would be cold hot chocolate. There's a difference. Cocoa is cocoa is unsweetened. It's like Fry's cocoa. So you sweeten it to taste type of thing. But that was a nice question. I mean, like those are 3 great box sets. Like to be completely honest, you wouldn't have got wrong with either set that you got. Rec just has the most films and the most features. Well, the same as Critters, but I guess the most solid ones. I don't know though. Doesn't Critters 3 have a certain famous actor? Doesn't Critters 3 have a Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio in it? And doesn't Critters 4 have Angela Bassett? I'm pretty sure Critters 4 has Angela Bassett, who is a great actress, by the way. Because Critters 4 is one done in space. That's cool, man. See, look, you're getting actual Academy Award actors in some of these films. A young Leonardo DiCaprio. A tough as nails Angela Bassett. And some great behind the scenes featurettes. One that's actually pretty long. The Critters one's pretty long. No, I don't think so. What's he gonna say? I mean, like he was only young when he did it, and like one of his early roles. That's like Leonardo DiCaprio. If somebody said, you want to talk about you want to talk about family time? Well, not family time. What was it? Growing Pains, right? He's in Growing Pains. I can see him like looking over and said, so is Kirk Cameron going to be there? Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to talk about Growing Pains. I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio is the type of guy that would think he's too good for it. I just say he'd be busy. He's not, he doesn't seem like the type, like that. You see actors that, that seem like they're that type, but he doesn't seem to take himself too seriously. And you always it's always refreshing when you meet people like that. Unlike, I'm still peeved at Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey for not embracing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4 like they should have done. They should have. I mean, they did the movie. They actually were pretty good in the movie. Does Jennifer Connelly not talk about Phenomena? Like seriously? I mean, look at some of the later films Jennifer Connelly did. Phenomenon's actually one of her better films, and definitely one of the best shot films she was in. The Ang Lee's Incredible Hulk, which is Hulk, which is I guess is problematic, but it's the closest thing you're ever going to get to like a superhero movie and an art film combined into one, which is Hulk. I actually like the film. I know I'm pretty alone on that one, but well, she talk about career opportunity. Was it career opportunity she was in? Where where she's locked into the mall. Is it the mall or the store overnight with God, and the other actors are kind of big too. He didn't actually. He didn't used to talk about Friday the 13th, but he has like kind of opened up about it, like on some talk shows, uh, more recently. But for years, he like distanced himself from that as much as he possibly could. That's the truth of the matter. See, the thing is, for some people, when they're acting and they're starting out in like in a genre film or some, it may not be the goal or what they're going towards. Uh, Tom Hanks made one of his very first movies. It was not his first movie. Was a little thing called He Knows You're Alone, which is a slasher film where this guy's killing brides. Right? It's actually a pretty decent film. Not overly ambitious for a slasher film. Tom Hanks has like a small but very memorable part in the film. He actually has this kind of like monologue. Frank Whaley, that's the name I was trying to remember, where he talks about fear. And at a carnival, and it's good. But if you hear like Tom Hanks talk about it now, he jokes about it. But that's Tom Hanks's kind of defense mechanism too. Like he will joke about the film, he'll kind of make fun of it. When like that's one that I really liked. Meridian was a good film. I mean, it was like Beauty and the Beast like type one. And honestly, come on, Sherilyn Fenn. I love Sherilyn Fenn. I think she's utterly gorgeous and a very talented actress. And she was the best part for me, like Twin Peaks, aside from Dale Cooper. But can you name like a lot of big films from Sherilyn Fenn? Like Meridian was actually as low budget as it was probably one of the better films that she made. Like some of her early films are her best films. It's not like where Tom Hanks went on and did like Philadelphia and stuff like that. But Tom Hanks is still pretty close to his roots. But he's not a horror guy. Now, me myself, that when I wanted to go into acting, I the only thing that I knew is that I wanted to that I would love to be in horror, and if I had to do films, would have been horror films, like genre films, exploitation films. But I wouldn't. I wasn't big on doing, but I was like in the different direction. That I didn't want to do like comedies or dramas or stuff like that, unless it was on stage. I prefer stage, or like I would have hands down, like for me, if I would have went for it acting wise, I would have definitely. Oh, The Burbs is fantastic. Definitely check it out. Uh, I did two of those. I don't know if Viggo. I've never heard like I haven't seen a lot of interviews on Viggo Mortensen, to be honest with you. So I don't know if he's ever talked about them. I feel that he would be a guy that would. There's certain people that that's going to embrace it, and there's people that are not going to embrace it till later on, and like they're going to do Comic Cons down the road to make money. It took years for Jamie Lee Curtis to embrace it, but she became like the big premier scream queen in the early '80s, to the point where it was just too much, and she got trading places, and she was I'm getting out, like then there was Perfect, and she went on for True Lies, and she did fantastic stuff. And I'll be honest, like now Jamie Lee Curtis has come back. She's embraced the horror genre that she became famous from. She actually won a Saturn Award. Congratulations, Jamie Lee Curtis. She deserved it for Halloween 2018. And she's fantastic in Blue Steel. So is Ron Silver. Ron Silver's excellent Blue Steel. And she's actually someone that I consider is an excellent role model for like young people growing up, guys or girls. She's an excellent role model. What film? I I missed that. Let me just get it there. Captain Fantastic. I don't remember that one. To be totally honest with you, Reflecting Skin is one that I think passed me by. People kept asking me about it, and I thought, I think I've seen this movie. I think I've seen this movie, but I don't know if I have. I really don't know if I have. What is Captain Fantastic? Like I've. Is it a newer movie? Is it a mainstream movie? Oh, it's pretty new. Okay, that's the thing. Oh, okay, I've seen trailer for that, but I've never seen the film. When it comes to a lot of the newer stuff, guys, Mosquito Coast. I haven't heard that one in a while. Did I feel like somebody put that out? Surreal horror is my type of thing, so I'm actually might like that. I'll definitely check that out. I know that it got a decent release recently. I know this video's. I know I Yeah, with Harrison Ford. If it's that's what I'm thinking of. So if it's another Mosquito Coast, that's I'm thinking the Harrison Ford film, which actually is a decent film. Didn't Kino or somebody put that out? I feel like Kino or somebody put that out. Mosquito. I just could have swore somebody put that out. I'm trying to think. I'm though I might be getting mixed up with another movie that they put out. Apparently it's in Spain. You get a Blu-ray in Spain. Yeah, it looks like you're right there, Javed. Looks like it's only gotten a Blu-ray in Spain and one in Germany. Looks like. It's weird. I seem to remember them being put out. Go see Hustlers. I heard that's good. Actually, I heard that's really good. Haven't gone to a theater in a while. The last movie I would have went to would have been It Chapter 2, and I didn't go see it. My better half said, I could go see it. She wasn't going to go see it with me, but I could go see it on my own. And I didn't feel like going to see a movie by myself, right? So I said, nah. So I'll wait, and I'll get it on 4K when it comes out. Yo, John Steele, dude, it's been a while, man. Hey, I gotta ask, are you excited about MVD's Rewind putting up Mikey? Because I gotta get some Mikey love going here. We gotta get some love for that film. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys, and you can trust John Steele's opinion. It's a man of steel there. I'm super stoked about that film. And pretty much like a lot of people in here have not seen it, John. But as far as the Killer Kid movie goes, Vince, did you pre-order? I pre-ordered the entire stuff. Unmasked 25 is my gen stuff. I mean, like I talked to one of my friends. He's like he's an artist and he does really great special effects. And if he was in another place, he'd be like he'd be doing films. Definitely, he'd be 100% doing films. He works with like local theater and he does like props and stuff for them as well. Aside from like his job and that. But we like I put up the thing there, the link, and he's like, said, oh my god, I said I haven't heard of Unmasked 25 in years. So anybody that that's around my age or even a little bit younger remembers like Gorezone and Fangoria and stuff like that. Like Unmasked 25 was like all over the place for a while. Like you were seeing like pictures and like kind of clips and stuff like that. Clips. So you're seeing like little like kind of like articles about it. Yeah, that's Joe Spinell actually. Joe Spinell and Carolyn Monroe. I actually got that on Troma Masterpiece edition of that. I'm excited about Tammy the T-Rex. It is not a good movie. I will not lie to you. Tammy the T-Rex is not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun bad movie. It's got it's a very young Paul Walker, and his role is not a big role. It's an important role, but not a big role. And it's got, of course, Denise Richards, young Denise Richards as well. Terry Kaiser, I think, plays the scientist. Yeah, he's the scientist. Do you guys know what Tammy T Rex is about? Like, I mean, aside from like seeing the cheesy poster, has everybody here seen Tammy the T Rex? Yeah, the up the end of the box set at 4,000. I hope it sells out actually. And I do recommend people buy that box set if you want to see more. If you want to see like an Angel box set, you want to see like more like horror box sets come out from from Vinegar Syndrome. Uh, get yourself that the Anvil set. It's a good set. The look of it is fantastic. Tam the T Rex is okay. Denise Richards plays a it's done in the early '90s, I think. So she plays this kind of like very '90s character, and she likes this guy played by Paul Walker. So Paul Walker, it was cut to pieces, wasn't it? Like nobody's seen like the uncut version of it yet, unfortunately, unless it's like leaked online or something. But Paul Walker is this guy that she really likes, but she had a boyfriend before who was kind of psychotic, and he's kind of her ex-boyfriend, and he comes up and he keeps threatening Paul Walker. So she won't go with Paul Walker because basically he's because her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, is really psychotic. So he offers her a flower. This is very important at the beginning of the film. This yellow rose, and she has to give it back to him. She can't take it because there's this, her boyfriend is super psychotic and he'll get real pissed off and try to kill him. So he takes the flower and he kind of eats it. He just eats the petals. I'm not joking. There's a reason for that. Anyway, her ex-boyfriend finds out that, I don't want to tell you too much, but her ex-boyfriend finds out that Paul Walker is at her house and chases him. And what happens is Terry Kaiser, a mad scientist, ends up taking Paul Walker's brain and putting it into a robotic T-Rex. Yep, her boyfriend, or well, her boyfriend to be, the guy that was going to be her boyfriend, Paul Walker, from Fast and Furious fame, rest in peace, Paul Walker, is in that T-Rex. So he's not in the movie a lot. He's in the movie at the beginning, and him and Denise Richards actually really do a lot of chemistry. So that's actually pretty cool that way. But the effects are super cheesy. There was a ton of gore in the film originally, like a bunch of gore, but they kind of cut it down. I think they were trying to make it into more of a kid film. Because there's sequences like where you got like the dinosaur, and they use these really horrible rubber like dinosaur claw. So when he's like, because one of the first things he does after he becomes a dinosaur is he picks up like a mirror and looks at himself. And there's another sequence where he goes to a payphone and uses his claw to like dial her number. Yeah. It's fun though. It's really fun. It's a really fun film. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. Yeah, so Zombie, you have seen the movie. Yeah, a kids movie with strip. But originally, I mean, there was like a ton of stuff. Like there was sequence where like he crushes somebody, and it's done very comedically. But there's a part where what's his name? There's an actor in it that's really familiar, and he kind of like. And he showed it. I think Vinegar showed it anyway. Where he slices down there and like buddy's kind of guts come out type of thing. So yeah, originally it was going to be kind of R-rated. I do not think that was a box office hit or any type of box office for Tammy and the T-Rex. I do recommend it though. If you like that type of film, if you like just really cheesy fun films, you're seeing two actors like before it became famous. Denise Richards, she did become fairly famous. Paul Walker obviously became uber famous. The special effects aren't the greatest, but it is a low budget film. You go in there expecting that. But it's Terry Kaiser is good in everything that he's in. And this one is it. I'm pretty sure she might be a little bit. I don't think Denise Richards doesn't seem like she's being embarrassed about anything, though, does she? She seems like, I don't know, I've never met Denise Richards in person in real life. But like from what I've seen of her, she just seems to be one of those persons that's going to own it type of thing. But I could be totally wrong. I don't know. I had a huge crush on Denise Richards. I think a lot of people did. But it's super fun. And Denise Richards made worse movies than that. Let's be honest. At least this one's fun. And she got to work alongside Terry Kaiser and Paul Walker. Those, two big actors. She is definitely gorgeous. Dude, it's Wild Things, right? It's Wild Things. Is that the one I'm thinking of? And she is gorgeous in this film. By the way, this is Denise Richards, a young Denise Richards. She looks fantastic. A young Paul Walker for the ladies out there. Oh, dude, you got to get on that, man. There's 3 Wild Things films. The formula is set in the first one. The other ones are cheesy and okay, but I recommend give them one, give them each at least one watch, and watch after the credits, because with Wild Things there's a bit of a mystery to it, and especially with the sequels as well. So after the credits, they actually show you all of the kind of like the clues and hints and stuff behind that happened that we didn't see, that leads up to the twists and turns to make it comes up to the double and triple crosses at the ending of the films. I'm actually a huge fan of those films, but I like that. I like those. I like that genre of film, and I don't think it's represented enough on DVD or Blu-ray. Wild Things, those obviously came out, but like there's stuff like the Night Eyes films. There's a bunch of like Shannon Murray, Shannon Tweed films that I still think need to be represented on Blu-ray, that I think are fantastic. But nobody, not even Vinegar Syndrome puts them out. I think Cold Pursuit was the first one of Shannon Tweed that they put out. But if Vinegar Syndrome doesn't get on and do some like serious Night Eyes stuff, or maybe some do the List Behavior films, some of that stuff. Yeah, because anybody else like that genre but me. In Wild Things has Neve Campbell, and you want to see like Kevin Bacon does the full frontal, right? I think Kevin Bacon does full frontal. Am I getting Scary Movie, the one put out by AGFA, you mean? Eventually. I'm not getting it for October, unfortunately. I do want it. Like, I seriously want it. But yeah, exactly. Naked Bacon for the ladies. Like, full frontal nude, too. So, ladies, if there's any ladies in here watching this right now, if Michelle's still here, bacon. Hey, Milwaukee. You doing Naked Bacon? I don't know. Hey, he's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Andy Sedaris. I got one of my most popular videos, ironically, is an earlier video that I made, which was a really short review, but it's not very good, called Girls, Guns, and G-Strings. Matt Dillon is the cop in it, actually. I think he's the cop, right? And Girls, Guns, and G-Strings was a DVD set that came out. And it had that's what it was an Andy Sedaris set. And now they're putting them out on Blu-ray. If you ever get a chance to get it, like it was like a $5 set. No, Matt Dillon is in. I don't think Ray Liotta's in it, but Matt Dillon is in Wild Things. Bacon's cop, don't stage. Okay, thanks. I got him confused. It's been a while since I've seen it. So, Michelle, you have seen the Naked Bacon film then. Sizzling bacon. But the scene between Neve Campbell and Denise Richards, that's a good scene. Yeah, the three of them really. I like that sequence. Oh, really? Did you? My dad was really. We got Picasso. I think Picasso Trigger was one that he. I think it's Picasso Trigger. Other Picasso Trigger, the Malibu one that he picked up recently, and unfortunately, it didn't work. And he contacted Amazon, and they were not really good about it. So he just ended up keeping it, just buying a new one, because it was only a cheap one anyway. It's Mill Creek. They don't usually cost like maybe $8, something like that. Your aunt got you All Things on DVD? Well, either she didn't know what type of movie it was, or, well, we'll just say she didn't know what type of movie it was. Oh, I'm so going to get flagged tonight. Anyway, I think I got it here. Well, you want to know a story about getting something kind of awkward from somebody? Like, much more lighthearted than the story that I ended off with last night. So, 12-year-old Aaron, right? Hitting the preteen time. Oh, man, that's such a good movie, too. James Spader, so excellent, New Kids. Hitting preteen time. My grandmother decides, it's time. She doesn't want to get, like, I'm raised by my grandparents, right? So she doesn't want to give me the talk. And my grandfather doesn't really want to give me, that talk. So they decide, Judy Blume, if you know the author Judy Blume, she does a lot of, like, books. So she did, like, a couple books. One for preteen boys, one for preteen girls. So my nan goes out and she decides, I could not watch that with my parents. I'm gonna get him a book, so that he can read it. And the book that she should have gotten me was called Then Again Maybe I Won't by Judy Blume. Hey Kat, love her. But instead she got me the one for preteen girls called Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. So she gets me this book, and I love Judy Blume, so I'm reading it, and I'm confused because it's like about a girl coming to, like, womanhood and, like, doing exercise to increase her busts and stuff like that. And I'm like, what message am I supposed to get out of this now? But actually, in all honesty, it helped out when I started dating, because I already had that kind of, like, insider knowledge, you'd call it. But most weird, awkward thing I ever watched with one of my parents, when my second child was being born, my mom came over and brought over a movie for us to watch. So she went to the video store, and she was a big fan of Kevin Spacey. This is, of course, long before that all happened. And she said, "This movie, American Beauty, this should be a fun watch. It's got, like, nice cover, and it'll be like it's a drama. It shouldn't be too bad." So, if you've ever seen American Beauty, yes, if you've ever seen American Beauty, I want you to think back, and I want you to remember the very first scene of American Beauty. Remember the very first scene of American Beauty? Remember what Kevin Spacey's favorite time, the best time of his day is, as shown right at the beginning of American Beauty. Yeah. Not a movie to watch with your mom. Like, in the shower. It did not stay on. We did not keep the movie on, and I found something else to watch. And then I watched it later on because, yeah. Well, same thing happened. I was a server in my church. My grandparents were kind of, like, big on that thing. So I went to, like, this Anglican church. And I was like a server, and basically because at the time there's a girl I really liked, and she was a server too. And so we went down to Daniels Harbor, which was an area near where we lived. And for fans of Species, the lead actress of Species is from that area, from Daniels Harbor. She would have been like a little kid then, actually. So the Archbishop was there, and there's a bunch of, like, servers from around. And, we had to go get a movie. So none of us knew what to get. We went down. There's like a little video place there. So we grabbed Tank. Tash Henstridge. Her cousin's gorgeous too, by the way. So we picked up Tank. Yeah, the Nelga Massacre, as far as I remember, Fernando, that isn't cut. And it is worth picking up too. Really fun. And if you remember the movie Tank, it starred, who did it star? It starred Eddie Murphy? Was it Eddie Murphy, or was it Richard Pryor? And Dudley Moore. And the movie starts with a vigorous scene, bedroom sequence, with a ton of cursing. You should have seen the Archbishop's face. Needless to say, that tape got whipped out faster than you can imagine. He took it and came back with Ben-Hur. We had to sit down and watch Ben-Hur, damn it. We had to watch Ben-Hur. But I can tell you that later on that night, a bunch of us got together. We went down and we rented the tank and we watched the rest of it. And it wasn't a bad movie. But that scene, the first scenes can kill you in movies like that. They're awkward movie watching, guys. But no, I definitely recommend that. Oh, it's a couple. I yeah, I recommend Nail Gun Massacre. It's a really fun film, and I do have the 88 Films edition of it. So and I'm pretty sure that is uncut. If it's cut, there's like I can't think of anything that would be cut in it, but I'm pretty sure it isn't cut actually. And it's a really fun one. And my channel actually got for a while, one of my vlogs that I did was the name came from that. You guys got so quiet, like so suddenly, like it's like you're all gone to get your copies of American Beauty or something like that. Now, while I'm here in this room, because I don't come in here very often, is there anything here that you guys want to see, like that you haven't seen before? I've got like my TV stuff here, my laser discs. What did I pre-order from Vinegar Syndrome? I took the complete October package. Everything there you haven't seen in this room before. Oh, well, I'll go quick around it. I did the October package, so I got everything in the October package. All right, so it's a little bit messier now, but let's look around the room. You can get away from my face for a bit, which I'll be honest, kind of wish I could do. All right. So, oh, yeah, there's the thing I punch when I'm all stressed out or kick. Anyway, so over here is, I'm gonna move this around. You're gonna see a lot of geeky stuff, guys. So there is a lot of like my shows, Robotech. I'm a huge Robotech fan. Power Rangers. Yes, I liked Power Rangers. Transformers, Land of the Lost, Twin Peaks. As you can see, I got my Matlock out there already. And some Murder She Wrote. We always watch Murder She Wrote in the fall, by the way. I like a lot of the British programming. Saint, Danger Man, of course, Prisoner. The very first miniseries there, by the way, guys, Richard Man, Poor Man. Do I have Vegas? I wish, dude. I got to get Vegas. I love that show. That's my Rick and Morty portal gun. And down there you can see that I got a bunch of, yep, the 70s, yep. And there's some like 8mm and like super 8mm films. My basketball, which I use when I'm like writing. I kind of Supernatural, which I got to finish. Here's where I'm going to put some shelving soon. And let's get over here. Oh, The Prisoner? Yeah, that's actually a favorite of mine. I got both the old series and I got the remake because I didn't mind it. Yes, I got Beverly Hills 90210. I'm not a huge fan of the new show though. BH 90210. Sliders. Because I'm a huge Sliders fan. There's a lot of kind of TV westerns here. This is my Canadian shelf. I'll do the Degrassi shows, the original Degrassi shows. American Horror Story, you can say I got a few of those. Some of the stuff is a bit messy. Hercules, I'm missing what season? Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing season 6. Oh yeah, I gotta have some SCTV, dude. And over here is where you're gonna see some kind of fun stuff. So that needs to be shelved. So you see like a lot of like VHS here, and right down there you see laser discs that are beneath my Xbox and PS2 games and that. It's my Creature from the Black Lagoon Funko. Irwin Allen shows are so fun. I gotta get more of them actually. That's a signed poster signed by the cast of that film. That's a Ty Templeton drawing, which is a shame. I should have that up somewhere. I got a lot of VHS, guys. These are some of the masks that I got. That's the Orphan Killer mask for anybody that's ever seen the film. I actually bought it from the director himself. He was hand making them himself at that point before we actually got them mass produced. That's my my Scream mask. There's some, if you're a wrestling fan, there's some Lucha Libre masks in there as well. And if you're a fan of like red green, I got the red green Monopoly, Possumopoly, and something Sloppy Jalopies, which was something from when I was a kid. But that is basically this room. And I can actually go into some of this. You want to see some of the VHS, you want to see some of the laser discs, I can get some of that stuff out and show you guys. Because obviously it's pretty easy, and for me to do. That took forever to blow up, by the way. And then, after I blew it up, I realized I forgot to put the water in. Are you an organized person? You can definitely come. You can come anytime and help me organize. Please show laser disc. Sure. Just give me a sec. I'll grab the laser disc. Less than 50. I'm starting my laser disc collection. So maybe 20, 25, something like that. Am I a Buffy fan? Yeah, I like Buffy. My kids like Angel better. Also, now I just started laser disc collecting not too long ago, and I found a store for it. I got a few of them that are probably upstairs somewhere, so I apologize I don't have everything here. But you'll see a few anyway around 2025 or so, I think somewhere around there. We'll see. We'll count. So one of the ones. No, I don't. I wish I did. No, I just started collecting. I mean, like what I got is probably going to be pretty like mundane stuff compared to like a lot of people actually. So I got the Wild Bunch because Peckinpah and it's a Western. I grabbed. I got to do something here first. There's a little bit of cocoa right there. Actually, not there. There you go. So Sergio Leone's Fistful of Dollars. I really just love the cover. How much did the laser disc cost me? That one there cost me $2.99 actually, $2.99. As a local record shop. Well, not local for me, but local for my kids. It's like there's a record store there, and they have like laser discs as well. Next up is Dracula Dead and Loving It. For which movie? Oh. Kids went to a Halloween store today. And these are like remember like when you get like the VHS and they'd be kind of cut down or something like that. If you're old enough to remember that stuff. So this is the Laserdisc version of that. Basically, this is Michael Douglas, Black Rain. And for people that haven't seen a Laserdisc before, well, here you go. Next one's put up by Scream Factory, but when I picked it up, it wasn't, and I was actually super stoked about it. That's Jack's Back, huge James Spader fan, and I really do like this film. Not my favorite, but I had to have it, and it's Wrongfully Accused. My daughter said if she ever makes a movie, she's going to insist that it be put out on Laserdisc format too. And I said, that's a great marketing gimmick. So this one was $7.99. Apparently it was originally $29.99, but he marked it in $7.99. And I think when I bought it, it was half price, so half $7.99, $4. So that is Marilyn Monroe, and that is How to Marry a Millionaire, which will later become a TV series, actually. Not my favorite, but I love the cover. Call the Conqueror. Much better than the type of movies Kevin Sorbo's making now. Oh my God, have you seen? Here's one that I do think is underrated. That is Cutthroat Island with Gina Davis. That's the thing about Laserdisc, but collecting they're such gorgeous, gorgeous covers. And like back in the day, this was before DVD, of course. So like special features were here. Like this one here, for instance, was like, you know, deluxe edition contains behind the scenes footage, which was a big deal back in the day. Yeah, this is Rennie Harlan. Dangerous Liaisons, which again is a fantastic film. I'm actually probably a little bit bigger fan of Cruel Intentions, to be completely honest with you. That's where my friend used to make the joke. He used to call me Sebastian. That was my nickname. Or Velmont, one of those two. Usual Suspects. I do really like that film. Here's one that I do like, kind of took me a while to find it. I had a DVD of it once. Well, I didn't have. I was going to buy a DVD, and then somebody bought it on me, and then H&B closed down. So I found the Blu-ray, and the Laserdisc anyway. Oh, Matrix, that's pretty cool. That's The Man from Snowy River, and I really do like this film. Great film. It's got what's his name? Tom Burleson and Sigrid Thornton. This was done over in Australia. And Sigrid Thornton was also in a movie called Snapshot, actually. Otherwise known as The Day After Halloween. Okay, this is one I got for my better half, and that is Ghost, which is a nice romantic film. For those who've never seen Laserdisc, there you go. That's what I like. It looks like a huge DVD. And they're double-sided. Uma Thurman's always pretty, but she does look amazing in Dangerous Liaisons. You're correct. And of course, Never Ending Story 2, the next chapter. And here's one I definitely got from a better half. And that is The Unsinkable Molly Brown. Yeah, I know, it's neat, hey? Apparently some shops used to like rent them like this. And some collectors would take them and they'd put them in there like to kind of preserve them. And last but not least, because there's more upstairs, like I got one for Cuckoo's Nest and a few others like that as well. Hey, welcome. Is Kevin Costner's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And I actually do like this one. And already I have that song stuck in my head. So let me put these down because I don't want to keep them on this table. I'll be right back. Keep talking or start talking. So I don't have a lot. Let's just like, maybe 20, 22, something like that. Somewhere around there. I didn't count, guys. Did you count? Maybe less than that? Plus, you know, a few upstairs, like maybe 5 or 6 upstairs max. So not a lot. Not close to 50. Damn, these are heavy. What are you? Holy shit. All right. I'm getting chilly. We're going to take this out into the other room. Oh, it's not my favorite version. Not even close. My favorite version of Robin Hood, in that era, anyway. Well, my favorite version is Earl Flynn. But my favorite version of Robin Hood from that era is Patrick Bergin. All right. We are so going into this room. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. First, I got to get some stuff. Do you want to hear why? Well, remember my arachnophobia? I'll be right back. So do you know who just killed the biggest spider he's ever seen? This guy. This guy right here. I'm not even joking. That was the So I'm putting back the laser discs, just like I said I was. And this huge spider, not that huge, let's not over-exaggerate here, this big frigging spider of a type that I'm not quite sure of is like walking towards my my laser discs. And I'm like, yeah, no, squash. And then I'm thinking, I hope that's the biggest of those spiders, for one. Two, do I want to stick around and see if there's any more? Because that's the room that tends to have the insects come into it. And I'm thinking, you know what? No, I don't. No, I don't want to do that. You know, see, I was talking to I was getting some groceries the other day, actually. That's fast, Kevin. That's, I'm not gonna lie, that's really fast. That is one heck of a turnaround. Would you want to take this upstairs? Would you guys mind if we took this upstairs, like by my case? You guys ever see my upstairs? Because I'm kind of chilly tonight, and I don't want to put on my jacket. I got to check though. My better half might be watching TV there, so we'll find out first. But for now, tell you what. Here, look at my Kinos, or my Shameless. I shall return to get you guys in a second. All right, you ready? better half is watching her thing, so I'm going to try and get past that. You're going to see my kitchen, which is kind of messy right now, but it's the weekend, so why not? I'm going to need a chair. Or no, I'm not actually. So I can use this. All right. I gotta catch up with what you guys are saying. So I pretty much Raiders of the Lost Ark because the spider sequence. Now I'm okay with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Tarantula. I told you my tarantula story. That was not a good situation when I was in high school. So for the people that have not been here before, have not seen this area, actually this was a really good pets. This is my one of my display cases. I've got two of them. The other one I can't show you, or my better half will kill me. She's just like chilling. You're excited about a mug? I hope you're excited about it. Do you know that even though I do have arachnophobia, that I actually went to the theater and saw Arachnophobia with a bunch of my friends in college? That was a stupid idea, but I did, and it did not help my arachnophobia. I will tell you that right now. Yeah, behind me right now, if you guys can probably see, this is my display case. There is the other Scooby-Doo right there. It's the 50th anniversary of Scooby-Doo this weekend, by the way, guys. That was on Friday. So Friday 13th was Friday 13th, a full moon, and the 50th anniversary of Scooby-Doo. Pretty cool stuff. We actually went around to a couple different shops to try and get some of the Scoobies that we don't have. Around a month ago, like Scooby-Doo stuff was all over the place. We could find like Scooby-Doo at every Walmart was like packed with Scooby stuff. They've taken it all out and put in these lenticular like covers for the horror films, but like they're mainstream horror films that everybody's got. Moths. I can understand moths. Moths are freaky. But yeah, so over here I got like the Christopher Nolan Batman one. It's the collector's edition Blu-ray. So even though I got the 4K, I'm definitely not getting rid of that one. That's my Doctor Who set. That's the big. Can you see that? The big Doctor Who set. That's one that came out, and it was kind of went out of print. So it was originally all these were just on DVD. So they put them all out on Blu-ray. And they put that sonic screwdriver is actually a remote control. Oh yeah, actually my TV is right. Oh, let me see. That's my mirror. My TV is right there, and there's my Sonos, my Xbox One, and my PS4 and my PSVR. So along here you see stuff like my Scooby-Doo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some enamel pins, Lost, Dexter, Dark Shadows, Glee, $6 Million Man, The Wire, MASH, Ingrid Bergman set. I'm sure you can see there or not. Anyway, a lot of stuff there. Oh, the Boris Karloff. Actually, that was got, in Montreal when we were at a Comic-Con in Montreal. Karloff. That'll be the Karloff one. And I got like a few things here, like my latest, well, not the latest. Oh, it's Ingmar Bergman. That's the set that came out from, this is the Fangoria that I got recently. It is the heaviest Criterion box set. I'm not quite sure what the Godzilla one is going to be like. But, finish my sentence for me because I forgot to, huh? But yeah, I got like stuff here like the Red Green Show, this Equalizer series, some stuff like that. Well, we were, Michelle, we were downstairs, and in the room I saw the biggest spider that I've seen in my entire life, and I killed it because I don't like spiders. Then we went into the movie library, and it was cold, and I didn't feel like going and getting a coat and putting it on. So I said, why not bring you guys upstairs where I actually watch my movies, right next to my display cabinet. So I decided to do that. And I have a smaller display cabinet that I got from IKEA over there as well. So this is kind of like, this has been a big night when it comes to like these videos, when you really think about it. We started in the secret room. We went to the movie library. We've come upstairs. It's like you got like kind of like a tour. So all thanks to a gigantically creepy spider that I had to kill, and both was terrified and felt bad about at the same time. Sometime I would do like a full tour, like not right now, but I obviously been watching videos for a while. You know that I do some videos. I used to do some videos that I did on my phone. I would do them upstairs in my where I do some studying at, actually, where my Mac's at, especially around like when the, because I don't have enough room. I have a lot of TV shows. I actually do, that's the honest to God's truth. The way the basement's done, I have like it all set up for like the Blu-rays and the movies, like the Scream Factories, the Vinegar Syndromes, the AGFAs, the Arrow Video, Vinegars, the Severins, the Snaps, that type of stuff. Then the other room like holds all my TV stuff. Which room? Here, right here actually. Here's where I spend most of my time. Oh, do I have books or comic books? Yeah, I do actually. I've got a, just to show you, oh, you guys want to see that I actually read? Do you want to know that? Really? Okay. So, just so you know that I'm not illiterate. Here is my library. So, as you can see, I have a lot of Marvel Essentials, DC Showcase, but I'm not a complete savage. I read stuff too. This is where I'm trying to learn French. My better half grew up with these here, Mickey Prad. Prad or Parade? Prad books. Of course, they're complete novels and stories of Sherlock Holmes, Volume 1. I got like a bigger edition of that, like a hardcover, Volume 1 from Doubleday. These here are some things that I'm actually super proud of. This is the Weird Science Fantasy from EC Comics, which I'll put back in a second. Don't fall, it fell. Incredible science fiction. Some Troy Haworth books like So Deadly, So Perverse. Really love these. I recommend these books a lot, actually. I've got Batman one. I got Teenage Slashers, horror movie book put up by Justin Kurzweil. Actually, that was got for me by my dad. One for the Haunted World of Mara Bava by Troy Haworth. A lot of different like Stephen King, Robert B. Parker books, stuff like that. You can see a lot of the French books in the background. One of these books here, I can't find it right now. Oh, right here. See this one right here? That's my better half's like that's an actual old school book of photos. And over here too, by the way, I keep some of my handhelds that I have. So like my Game Boy. This here is my Game Boy, I think my DS. In the case right there, in the lime green case. And I've got like a Game Boy, of course, 3DS as well. And a Game Boy Advance. Because handhelds and collector mentality. And stuff like, cool, fun stuff like the Steve Jackson books. And if you're a Doctor Who fan, some of those Doctor Who Choose Your Adventure books as well. Oh yeah, I'm a RPG fan. And I'm a fan of the show Riverdale, so some of the Riverdale comics. I missed a few of those actually. I'm trying to catch up on them. And if you're an old school comic book geek, you are going to kind of know this and have fun with this. And this is Wizard Magazine. This is an early Wizard Magazine. This is actually Wetworks. And you know, stuff like Clive Barker, Warner Brothers story, a lot of stuff. So there you go. Have I played Secret of Man? I did like a long time ago. Well, a while ago. Sorry, I didn't have my phone on me, so I missed some of your... Oh yeah, Dance Macabre is one of my favorites. I like nonfiction. Do I like history? Yes, I do. So see, you asked the question, and I do. Oh yeah, Hero 2. Oh, I love those, man. Did you get them like when I got them originally? Because remember the old Wizard magazines, they'd be polybagged, and they'd have like a poster and like often like a card inside too. Especially the early ones, they have like a card. And if you got like the first year or so, like they had like you get like issue 12 and like some of those issues, they have like half comics, they like Wizard Zeros and stuff like that, where they'd be like kind of like prequel comics to like a new comic that was coming out. They did one for Magneto, and which was a really good one. They did one on Christmas. I can't remember which one they did for Christmas, but they did a few of them anyway. And they would like team up like Image or Marvel or DC to put out these like special, like kind of like 16 or 20 page comics. Sorry guys, I'm a comic geek, and that's I grew up during that period of time. I don't have a lot of posters, to be honest with you. I've got like a lot of like pictures, but I haven't really collected like a lot. Like when it comes to the poster wise, I got a few things from different conventions and stuff like that. Most of that is put away, but I got a lot of prints and a lot of like pictures. My better half collects collects prints from a couple different like artists, and one that she got. Oh God, I wish it was down here, or at least is either of the Godzillas here? Like the small one, is that here? Because you got a small one too, smaller one. You got like the big one that's upstairs, like the big long one, and you had like a smaller Godzilla one. Yeah. So she loves like this art. So there's this artist, and what he does is he puts like fictional stuff and like genre stuff into like Newfoundland settings, right? So she for a long time she was wanting this like Godzilla picture, and what it is, it's like the St. John's Harbor, where we lived in St. John's, and Godzilla is in like St. John's Harbor, and it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. Remind me someday I'll actually show you guys. Is that the big one? You guys like Godzilla? Do you want to see the Godzilla picture? Who wants to see Godzilla? Like a big painting of Godzilla. All right, be right back. So push back the camera. They're going to see you in the mirror. Just make sure you're covered. You ready? So this is St. John's. And right there, I don't have any from Even Press yet mug, but I really want some. So this is extremely expensive, actually. But we got this about a year or so ago, right? We got it on got a good deal with it though. So that's the thing, where he's just coming out of the mist. That's what we wanted to have, was like something kind of like really cool. So this is going in our condo Morocco, like 100%. This is one of the things. This is the first thing going on the wall. So I don't want to put this. Where am I going to put this? Are you sure? Okay. I'm going to put it right here for now, okay? I'll bring it upstairs when I go. So she's really into art, and where am I go? How to become? Well, my better half did first. There's a pizza shop that we used to go to in St. John's that had some of his art there, and they had a similar Godzilla picture there. I don't think it was the same one, but it was a similar one that they had, and. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like he's photographer, and he puts these lists together. It does amazing stuff. I do have to get some Evan Press stuff down the road. Now that one's not a print; that's an original. But you can buy prints. They're like.
His name is Kyle Callahan.
Kyle Callahan. There we go. That's his name. The artist's name is Kyle Callahan.
Kyle Callahan, photography.
But we were at a pizza shop, and they had some of his work in the shop, and she asked about it. And eventually we came across him at a convention, at a Comic-Con, something like that, or sci-fi. He was at a sci-fi place, and at the sci-fi convention in St. John's, and it was he had stuff there. He had like kind of like the smaller prints that he sold for cheaper, and there was the originals, and that was like one of the originals. But we wanted to get to have like at least one of his like originals, and my better half's a huge Godzilla fan. She loves kaiju. She grew up like the anime and the Godzillans and all the type of stuff. And although she doesn't watch Power Rangers, she did watch the original Sentai shows. So she's like big into that. So if 4K Cinema HD was here for now, you would be super proud. Live 4K, no. John, if you're still here, John.
This is the one I want.
Oh, hold on a sec. That's the one you want?
Yeah.
So here's the other one that we're thinking about getting. And that is, that's right there. So.
Oh, no.
Oh, bloody hell. What happened to it? Which, give it to me. Find it for me. I'll show you in a second. What did I miss? I touched something. You're right, Doc. I always do that.
Here.
Oh, sorry.
Make sure you don't touch anything.
Try not to touch anything. Try not to touch anything. So this one here, which hopefully you guys can see, is another one that we're hoping to get eventually. I love his stuff. You know the Godzilla set comes out in November? Hey, we are upstairs, Kathy, tonight. This is the third place we've been. Rewatch this video later. You'll see like an almost tour of this place. Michael Whalen. Have I watched? Ever? Kosher Science Fi. It sounds, yes, it does sound familiar actually. Sounds really familiar. We talked about Mikey early on, about the MVD release coming out with Mikey in the new year. We've been talking about everything, killer kid movies, artwork, the fact that I don't like spiders. And it's pretty messy right now, but thank you very much. But I got quiet. I got super quiet. All right, guys. I missed your comments. So we know what happens when I miss your comments. I mean, I got to look at your comments. So it means you got to talk. See, well, yeah, I saw the biggest spider, Kathy, that I saw of my entire life. I was not happy. Did you really? I like Jaylee's work. It took me a while to get used to Jaylee's work, actually. I remember stuff in Iron Fist, and it's so angular and sharp, but I actually like kind of really grew to like it. I remember the wizard card that he did. I found Hornets. I'm not a fan of anything that like creepy or crawly or that stings me. There's the thing. Ever impressed? Have you like spoke to people with Never Impressed Warlock? Because that. Yeah, I've seen some of their full. I've seen like covers and stuff for the Fulci stuff, and I really want to get some of it. I saw their zombie stuff, and like they're a bit pricey, but considering I paid $31 for a Fangoria magazine, they don't seem so pricey after all. But again, that was a that was a big magazine. I'm going to go with that. It's a big magazine. That's my thing. Don't really like insects at all. Me either. I'm not a huge insect fan. I think Evan Press. I'm not. I don't know if you can get them in comic shops, but I know Evan Press does a lot of their stuff online. Do a lot of online stuff. So you can buy them online. You can buy packages too. Like they have like kind of sets and stuff they put out. They have ones with different covers and sometimes different stuff with them. That is amazing. They're online only. Perfect. And for the work that they put into it, like it's not really that, it's not that pricey when you look at all the work that Evan Press has put into it. That is a good question. Do they ship internationally? I think they do, right? As far as I know. Well, since Warlock's in Canada, are they Canadian? Are Evan Press Canadian? Is it Evan or Eban? Somebody enunciate it for me. Because when it comes to like words and talking stuff like that, yeah. Yes, you ship internationally. Are they Canadian though? Because I know you're in Ontario. Well, they're American. You're in Ontario, right? Do I have that right? IBAN. Okay, we'll go with IBAN. We'll go with that. That'll be the because I don't know. Like on a regular basis on one of these videos, I will pronounce somebody's name wrong at least once or twice. I got to get it wrong at least once or twice. I don't want to like dox you or anything like that, like out you, Warlock. But you've mentioned Bay Street Video before and going there, so that made me think you're from Ontario. That's a rabbit hole you can't go down to. It's hard. I mean, like with me, when it comes to like collecting, I try to stick like collecting the stuff that I like. I can't go too deep into steelbooks because then you're going on to like another thing, and then you get to like in the media books, and some people like collect a lot of media books, which then media books are gorgeous. They're wonderful looking. That's just another rabbit hole to go down to, and then you're like buying stuff over again. And like I've got like, I don't know how many copies of Friday the 13th. And if it comes out in 4K, I'll probably get that again. But if I was to go out and have to buy like the German media books of all the Friday 13th films, as good as they look, yeah. See, you would not see me like making videos because my better half would like probably start digging a hole in the backyard over there, and I would mysteriously disappear from YouTube. So I know a man's got to know his limitations. Transmetropolitan is an amazing comic series, and I love that one actually. That's one of my favorites. And it was my better half sister that I think that recommended Transmetropolitan to me. That's Munya, yep. So, who is an amazing baker, by the way. She does like cakes like you cannot even imagine. And I'm not even joking. I mean like artwork. It's hard to like to get into. Alice is amazing. I like Alice. You're a Warren Ellis fan, right? Because you like, was it Authority? Was it The Authority? Yeah, The Authority. My better half's a comic geek too. That's one of the things that we kind of bonded on first. Even more so than horror films, because she lied to me and told me she liked horror films, and she did not. But we did go to comic places, and I'd go and I'd buy like kind of some mainstream stuff, right? And she was there, like being all comic snobby and stuff, and picking up like oh god, what was someone's like a lot of the not the Grimm's fairy tales. That's because I bought that one, but the Fables. Yeah, Fables. She's a huge Fables fan, and she got me into Fables, and her sister got me into Transmetropolitan, and so I went down to that. Wicked Visions. Now, is Wicked Visions in like in Germany? Are they a German-based company? Like most media books that I've seen, like by far and large, have been like done in Germany. Like I say, every time anybody mentions media books, the only time I've ever seen like held one in my hand was when we were into the German airport on our way back from Morocco. And I was like, I should buy this, but I didn't. I like Dan Clowes a lot, actually. I really like his stuff. I like a lot of the indie stuff, and I love any type of comic that kind of like leans into kind of more of the personal story, like. Yeah, like I definitely read a lot of the Vertigo line. My better half likes Vertigo comics because she doesn't like stuff that like is just going on and on forever. She likes something that has a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. Much like Sandman, 75 issues in here out, right? But I liked a lot of the kind of the really indie stuff. I remember I started reading, what's his name? Oh, it's killing me. Robert Crumb. Weird stuff, but fun stuff. And Dan Clowes I read a lot of. And then I started to read Cerebus, and then it got really weird. And I stopped reading Cerebus. But I eventually finished it. Like it was 300 issues, and it was a painful read at the end. I'm going to be honest with you. I will all for like artistic like merit and creativity, but the dude that wrote Cerebus is like insane. Like just saying. Constantine was always one of my favorites. I don't like the movie Constantine. I never got into the movie. That is a really good documentary, actually. Robert Crumb is a weird dude, but I like him. Him and his wife was just Eileen, right? Eileen's his wife. Because she writes books. She's an artist too, comic artist too, and she's really good. She's always like downing herself when it comes to. If you read, I don't like to say that though, Warlock, because Sim is not. You know, man. You know what I'm talking about. He's a strange dude. If I want to talk about like a Canadian comic artist, and he's not a comic book artist, but you like an actual like good, like really good artist, and he does political stuff too. It's GB Trudeau who does Doonesbury, hands down, one of the greats. And long before there was any like kind of like comedic, like political shows or any stuff like that, That's true, but Cerebus gets bad anyway. Like it does log down, and it gets too much into. It gets bad. I mean, it starts good, but it gets really, really like tedious. Like there's been like stories that like either get political or get like agenda or whatever, not agenda, just get into kind of a weird sense, but they still are good. I mean, like look at Alan Moore, he's doing like V for Vendetta stuff like that, just really fun stuff. A lot of people like the Constantine movie, but I just really, I don't. I do recommend the TV series though. There was a short-lived TV series. Oh, have a great evening at work there. Check this out later. You'll see a lot of the plays. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't. I started reading it and I was into it for a little bit, and then it got into like, and then it got too wordy, and just the story just went off in places, and he dies and comes back and all that type of stuff. Alan Moore's From Hell. I love the graphic novel. I was not a huge fan of the film though, actually, to be surprisingly. But yeah, I do recommend checking out the TV series Constantine. They did put him on recently to Legends of Tomorrow. If you watch that show, which if you want to watch a superhero show, and you think a lot of them take themselves too seriously, like Arrow and stuff like that, then try Legends of Tomorrow because it's kind of lighthearted and it's just fun. The first season's a bit of a trot, hard to get through, but the second season onwards, aces. Great stuff. I didn't think we'd get in comic books tonight, but I appreciate it. And the fact that we got people like Warren Ellis and Garth Ennis and Alan Moore, those are my boys. And oh, if you like those guys, check out the documentary that was put out because there's a really good documentary put out. We got the Severn edition of it. Arrow Video put it out too, and it was pretty much the story of like 2000 AD, which was a British comic. I think it's still a British comic, right? I don't have the Matrix set yet, not the box of the Matrix. My better half, see, I like the first Matrix. My better half likes all the Matrix movies. I don't, but I do want to get it down the road. My favorite horror comic. Oh, well, old school EC. I like the EC comics. I like Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror. I grew up with those. Like obviously, I was not old enough to grow up. I grew up with the Gladstone editions of those. You know, the reprint editions that came out in the 1980s. But like ones that I actually grew up with, that I actually knew, that it would be the House of Mystery, with Kane actually. So the House of Mystery was a horror comic. It was an anthology. Basically, it had like 3 or 4 stories in each issue with a wraparound with Kane, and it would spawn another kind of like an anthology series called House of Secrets, which had his brother Abel, so Cain and Abel. Yeah, that's the one. Future Shock's 2080 documentary. Definitely check it out. If you like comics, you like guys like Alan Moore and Garth Ennis, and if you like Grant Morrison, for instance, I'm a huge Grant Morrison fan. Some of my oldest is not a huge Grant Morrison fan. I actually really like Grant Morrison. He did some stuff. He does some talking on that, and Karen Berger talks on it too. But yeah, the House of Mystery is my favorite. Swamp Thing debuted in House of Secrets. Yes, he did. He's actually on the cover of one of the issues. Brendan Wrightson actually started Swamp Thing. Oh, there you go, Brendan Wrightson. He did like incredibly amazing artwork, and Warlock's right. It is definitely unmatched. But there's a lot of great artists when it came to the House of Mystery and stuff like that. There's a few like Spanish artists, and I for the life of me I can't remember the names right now, but they always stood out because their work was so different and so unique and so well done. So if you ever get a chance to check it out, like House of Mystery, like the DC showcases put them out in black and white, and that's the way that I like them. Like some people want the or Ernie Colin, like he was a star when it came to Tomb and Dracula. He was a man when it came to that. Yeah, Cruz. So you are a big comic book fan, aren't you? You know your horror comics. Junji? Oh, so you like Ito? Do you like Ito? Ito's fantastic. He is creepy as hell. He puts us in the creepiest stuff. Like Tomy and all those Spiral. Uzumaki. Uzumaki, I was living in Ottawa, and I would go to this comic place all the time. It was my respite. And there was like this little like long box of like Japanese manga, and there were like magazines with different stories on them, and they were like really cheap, like 25, 50 cents each. So every time I go in there, I buy a bunch. I'd take $5 with me, and I'd buy a bunch of them, till eventually I had them all that they had there. I went in literally, I bought them all, and then I started reading them. I didn't start reading them until I had them all, and I was reading through, and one of the stories that was in there was Uzumaki. It was like serialized, and it was haunting. It was creepy. It got under my skin. Like I started to have dreams about like these, like, especially the one. There's a sequence in one. It's in an early one where she finds a guy in a bathtub, like, and he's like literally like he's like in a like a snail, like in a spiral type of thing. And it's a freaky. If you've never read Ito, definitely check him out. Uzumaki is fantastic. Ever heard of Jap? Oh, Pulse. I love Pulse. Now that being said, just make sure you watch the Japanese version, and stay away from the Christian Bale American. I love Christian Bale. She's a great actress. The American version of Pulse is not a great movie, and it gets even worse from there. It gets so much worse. Now my kids watch this cartoon show. Like, it's like a Japanese cartoon, like horror cartoon. And it's like 3 or 4 minute cartoons, 5 minute cartoons max usually. And it's weird, but it's really impactful. And I got to find out what the name of it is for you guys, because I think you guys would really enjoy it. It's unique and different and fun, but it's some that they said there was ones that actually gave some of them nightmares. So that would be lots of fun. But all that being said, we have gone through 3 rooms. We've looked at TV shows, movies, my Laserdisc collection, a painting of Godzilla in St. John's Harbor, and my part of my comic collection and book collection as well. And at 127 minutes, almost 128, I think we've had a pretty good night of it. And Killer Kids. I almost forgot the Killer Kids. So guys, if you have not checked out any Ito, check him out, especially Uzumaki. Danny's right. It's haunting. So I am Aaron. Usually I say this is my movie library, but this isn't. This is the place where I watch my movies at, actually. This is my living room. That's my display case. You guys are the movie club. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. And I will see you on here next time, which is probably going to be tomorrow. And what's the video going to be about? I got a couple ideas. So it won't be free flow. It'll be free flow, but it won't be, I'll actually have a topic. Also, get Mikey and watch out for giant spiders. They're freaky. It's time for tea. Have a great evening, guys.